welcome back to Art with Miss Choate. Today what we're going to be doing is we're actually going to be learning how to make our own little mini projector. I know a lot of times some of my students will make a drawing and then they love it, but they have a hard time recreating it or making it bigger. So this is going to be a little trick to make one of our drawings bigger. So I'm going to be using a drawing that I used for an art project for the Winfield Public Library. If you missed that video or you didn't know, I sometimes will do more in-depth kind of art around the world for the Winfield Public Library, and I'll have that post right here. So you can go ahead and look at that. That's called Maori art, and that is traditional carvings from New Zealand. And so I'm going to be using that image because I really liked it. I liked the drawing, I liked the face. And we're going to be taking that drawing, we're going to be putting it onto either, you can use tape as your thing that's going to be projected, you could use saran wrap, or you can use clear, any kind of clear, like a lid, clear lid could work. And we're going to trace this image onto that. It's kind of similar to how we did that sun catcher, if you saw that video from earlier. And so we're going to be taking that same idea, but tracing one of our own pieces of art. And then we're going to be putting it on the other end of a cup and putting a light through it. And it's going to cast the shadow of the art that you made. So you could project it big onto a canvas or onto a piece of paper or even onto a wall if you have permission to draw on the wall, because this is what I'm going to be doing in my basement for a mural. So we're going to be doing our own art and then projecting it onto the wall. So let's go ahead and try this out. So this is the drawing from that project I was telling you about for New Zealand, and I decided I want to project this image bigger. So I'm going to trace it onto my clear paper. Now it could be a saran wrap or a piece of tape even. So even tape like this, you could draw on this and attach it to the end of a mug and project your light through it. But I'm going to be using this paper and I'm going to trace my image. Now you can trace any image, any of your art. I do recommend you do your own drawing, and this is just a little trick for if you want it projected bigger. So I'm tracing, and I'm doing this with a Sharpie so it's permanent, but you could do this with a washable marker. You just have to be careful to not smudge it because it doesn't dry on the plastic surface. So I'm just carefully going through, making sure to not wiggle either paper. And if you made a mistake on your first drawing, you could skip it and make sure that you're doing it exactly the way that you want. And we're almost done with this drawing. Just need to do this eye. So let's go ahead and grab a disposable paper mug and cut out the bottom and put this on. So I'm going to repurpose this unicorn that I made for the letter U craft. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to be cutting out the bottom of this for our projector. So you can cut this at any point if your image is small enough to fit right there, or up higher if you need it a little bit bigger. I'm just going to cut carefully. Ooh, try to go in a straight line. There we go. Oh, that was almost, oh, it's very thick. So now we can go ahead and we can attach this with some tape. Now if you were using saran wrap, it would just cling right on. If you were using tape, it would definitely just stick right on. And my image is a little bit big, so you could do it in sections. You could do this section first, then this section. I'm just going to go ahead and pick one of the areas to do first. So I'm just going to attach 2 pieces of tape. You don't need a lot of tape to the sides here. Picking the place that I want to project and taping that onto the mug. So you can see it's attached now. Now I'm going to put my light here. go into a dark area and project it onto either my paper or the wall that I want to see this projection on. So you can see how you can bring it closer, you can get an image bigger or larger depending on how far away from your wall you go. And so you're shining your light from a flashlight or your phone. You might need something to hold it so then you could trace it onto your paper or your canvas, but you can take your own art and blow it up. So I hope you had fun learning how to make this cute little projector. You can take your own art and make it bigger without having to struggle and try to create it again, because I know that can be a real struggle. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you get notified every time I post a new video. Bye, friends.